Well, we'll kind of continue on up the road and see if we can catch one flying around this other side of Twin Peaks.
30 hardy souls braved windy, cool weather at Quartz Mountain State Park Saturday in hopes of glimpsing a bald eagle.
You're really going to believe me, but there's one sitting over on the other side. We started these programs a number of years ago when I came down here, and the purpose was to just let our local residents know that we had bald eagles here in the wintertime.
You don't realize when you're seeing one up in the air that they've got the wingspan like when she held out the rope.
The popularity of the state's bald eagle tours has constantly grown over the years and was spurred on even more by the distressing news of the Osage County eagle kill in early February.
Okay, there are 2 large birds soaring about halfway up the peak on the far side.
People are very angry. Oklahomans were just outraged by this act, and that in itself is a good, that people are concerned. They are more educated about the eagles now, and they're proud that this bird spends the winter in their state. Go just a little bit up from the telephone post and you'll see 2 brown spots in the sky. You get them? Good.
A troop of Boy Scouts from Frederick turned birdwatchers for the day.
Look at that, they're just flying right beside each other.
I thought the boys would enjoy it, just to get them outdoors and see some wildlife in its natural habitat.
You're going to go look up just a little bit from the telephone.
Oklahoma's eagle season is drawing to a close as warmer weather returns, but naturalists look forward to next winter and hope a record number of bald eagles will visit the Sooner State. In Kiowa County, Jeff Lazalier, News Team 4.
Challenger going ballistic momentarily.
He's a pretty good pilot. Do some stuff I could never do if I was up there, that's for sure.
The Aerospace America Air Show is a great place to be a kid.
Yeah, that one's coming in real low. Look, Corey.
Man.
There you go. Hey, how do you do that?
Oh, no.
What do you call that?
Good.
Scott and Lisa Puri and daughter Ashley drove all the way from Texarkana.
See, Dad, this is a great Father's Day present.
I'm enjoying it.
Okay.
At this air show, there's no shortage of folks having fun.
I got 3. Who is it? 3. These ones are coming by faster than the other ones that came by.
Unless you have a binocular shortage.
I can't find them anywhere. Let me see. There they are. Oh, they're gonna crash. Corey, let me see them. Here they go again. Here it comes. Corey, let Robert see them. These are really cool. Look at all of them. Here, Rob, let him. It's his turn. Here, Rob.
Thousands of Oklahomans spent the day with their eyes on the sky and their mouths hanging open, watching pilots put their planes through some amazing paces.
How does she do all those turns? Why don't you go in the airplane with her? You want to do that?
Yep, it's great to be a kid at an air show, no matter how old you are. At Aerospace America, I'm Randy Ritter, Newsline 9, late edition.
Action!
The action taking place on this farm near Guthrie is unlike anything that's been done here before.
Yeah, because we established them coming up, remember, on the other side of that tree.
Director David McClendon and a crew from a local production company are in their 6th day of filming a new movie called G. Williker. McClendon grew up in Oklahoma, but he says he forgot what a hot homecoming this would be.
Okay, let's move on. We'll keep that.
A couple of days ago, we were in a barn on this farm all day, and it was very hot. It had to be a good 120 degrees. So we have to pace ourselves because the days are long, 12, 14-hour days.
What I thought is you're up high, you just see them running out of the field.
The barn is what attracted this film crew to Herman and Ellen Front's farm.
We was just, more or less didn't know whether to believe it or not. So last week they started calling again, we're going to come out. And it was all kind of a surprise, but we enjoy it.
But the people making this movie say it's great locations like this, plus local talent and lower costs that brought them to Oklahoma.
We see a great future. I think the economy here and the support that the state gives and the local business and industry makes this a real attractive state for this.
Mr. Lloyd, sir,
And the more films made in Oklahoma, the more opportunities there are for Oklahoma actors like the young stars of this family-oriented picture.
I'm hoping that I can use this as a tool for other projects.
9-year-old Christopher Lloyd is more matter-of-fact. He says this might be his ticket to Hollywood.
It's really fun.
And as more filmmakers discover what Oklahoma has to offer, he may just be right.
And cut!
Heidi Browning, Newsline 9 Late Edition.
One.
In a dusty field near the small town of Renniesville, Confederate troops are preparing for battle. For many, it will be their final stand. This is the Battle of Honey Springs, and these history buffs are reenacting it.
A lot of people will tell you that it's to help educate the public in our American heritage. The true reason is it's fun. We're now old enough to do what we were too old to do and had to quit when we were 13, and that is play Army. Only now we get to dress in authentic uniforms, carry rifles.
Dress it down, rear rank, get behind somebody in the front rank.
They take great pains to make this all seem real, and after 2 days of living in open tent camps with heavy wool pants, they have a real appreciation of what their forefathers went through.
Well, I wouldn't want to live there. Those people were hard people. They lived hard times and had no air conditioning or toilets or anything like that. They were hard people to be able to put up with some of this stuff. We only have to do it on weekends.
You boys need somebody to help you play horseshoes.
The Union forces are camped just over the next ridge. The fight will soon begin, and these soldiers try to relax with a game of horseshoes. But these modern-day men in gray know the real outcome of this battle.
They were some awful brave men. They'd stand up in front of a whole line of muskets on the other side. They'd stand there and shoot at each other. And when you stand out there, and we're not shooting anything at each other, we're out there making noise. But you stand out there, you got to have a tremendous amount of respect for what they did.
1,600 men from 10 states are here to relive history, and in their roles today, many will die fighting here at Honey Springs. It was just one of the dusty, bloody battles in the long Civil War, but today, it's the only one on these soldiers' minds. Heidi Browning, Newsline 9.
Forward! March!
Union and Confederate troops marched off to battle today. 1,600 people reenacted the Battle of Honey Springs on the same ground where the Oklahoma clash took place 130 years ago.
When you really sit and think about it, especially when you dress out as one of the women and you see your husband going off to battle, it really does send a chill down you. It is right now just thinking about it because of what they went through.
The sounds of cannons and musket fire brought history to life in a life-and-death battle.
The volley took out the whole company. I don't think there's a man left.
The fighting was fierce. These Civil War buffs go all out to recreate the battles just as they occurred during the Bloody War.
Sometimes they'd line up there and fight, and the guys in the front row would have the muskets, and the guys in the back row wouldn't. And when the guys in the front row fell, the guys in the back row would pick up the muskets and shoot. Incredibly brave men.
Hard will!
This was the first major battle where blacks fought as a unit on the northern side.
My great-grandfather was a slave, so I've heard of the trials and tribulations they went through in slavery times. So I understand that without the Union, we would have still maybe been slaves, or we would have been slaves longer. So I feel like I have a part in commemorating what happened.
The Union victory left hundreds of fatalities on both sides. But unlike true history, even in death, these soldiers will live to fight another day. Heidi Browning, Newsline 9 Late Edition.
They'd come to see the pages of history come to life. They saw what must have seemed a bit like a speed reading course.
Look at them run, girls. Bet all of them got horns, don't they?
Yep, 300 head of Texas steers on the run through downtown Hennessy. Pretty exciting stuff for a Sunday.
I think they do. I think they're headed on out the highway.
Highway 81 parallels the old cattle trail blazed by Jesse Chisholm in 1865. And for a while today, it welcomed four-legged beasts as well as four-wheeled ones.
Something pretty nice, something you ain't gonna see very often.
No, that's a one-time deal, isn't it?
Almost 200 people have come here from around Oklahoma, across the country, and even from Europe to relive the legend of the Chisholm Trail. And hundreds more are here to watch.
Who are these guys here? They got all the sleeping bags on. In the old days, they didn't have sleeping bags, did they? Yeah. They just laid out there and then out on the open.
But there are only a few conveniences of today. All along the trail, there are reminders of the past, when the great-grandparents of today's Oklahomans made the run of their lives.
It gives me a chance to relive and see what they went through a little bit. There's no way we could actually feel what they did. We don't have the dusty conditions and the dirty conditions that they had then, but it brings a lump to your throat once in a while.
And just think, there's a whole week still to go. On the trail near Bison, I'm Randy Renner, Newsline 9, Late Edition.
I feel lucky to be a part of it. I wish I could tell you I knew what I was doing, but I'm flying by the seat of my pants on this thing.
Garth had an early morning rendezvous with the media explaining the details of his mega concert series that's scheduled to start tomorrow. Now, with close to 200,000 tickets sold, there's sure to be a few Sooners in the mix.
Anytime that, we get Okies in it makes me feel at home. I've been pretty much at home all around the nation and now around the world, thank God. I mean, things have been going good for me. But Oklahoma people are always welcome because it's nice to have family there.
Here's a glimpse of what Garth fans will be getting tomorrow. Over 500 lights, 50 miles of electric cable. And keep in mind, a typical concert uses 2,000 amps of power. Garth's show will be using 60,000 amps, so that's enough to power 36,000 homes for a month.
Garth Brooks is, as you all know, one of the greatest pure, innovative entertainers in history, and it's been a real pleasure for all of us to be out here working with him. So, buckle your seatbelts for the show. There's going to be some pretty amazing stuff happening.
If we can just sort of stay in an organized fashion and walk slowly through.
A media frenzy at Texas Stadium as dozens of news crews gathered to get a first glimpse of what many are calling the concert of the century. But no one expected the tour guide to be the star of the show himself, Garth Brooks.
You're looking at 16,000 gallons of diesel fuel, 50 miles of electric cable, 5,000 sheets of plywood. There's a lot of stuff getting ready to go on that you're going to see it all put together here.
The superstar outlined a plan that sounds more like the building of a small city than a country music concert.
It's 7.5 million watts, which in terms we can all understand, it can power 36,000 homes for a full month. The electricity we'll be using here just for this weekend.
This one-of-a-kind event with more lights, more special effects, and more fans than ever before is guaranteed to keep Garth fans guessing.
What excites me most about this show is the same thing excites me about every show, is just getting to interact with the people. The fact that this is 65,000 people makes me get to interact with more people than we ever have before.
Garth, what have you done to the Cowboy Stadium?
He's turned the rough-and-tumble playing field into a field of dreams, so to speak, an event put together on creativity and a lot of luck. Even Garth's mother agrees it'll be a sight to see. What is it like to look out this window and see the stadium like it is and to know that your son is all part of that?
Well, to me, it's the most awesome thing I've ever seen, and I'm so glad I wasn't coming because I don't like to see him fly, I don't like to see him do all this stuff, but I'm so glad I did because a video can't describe it. You have to be here.
And with that, Garth hopes he'll be able to sign this weekend into concert history. At Texas Stadium, Tamara Pratt, Newsline 9, late edition.
It's called Garth Man.
The G is in the sky. Do you see it?
Commissioner Gordon, we need Garth Man.
For weeks, this Dallas radio station has been playing up the Garth Brooks concerts, giving away tickets to the sold-out Super Show.
Well, you just won 4 tickets to the Skybox.
Can you believe that? Oh my God! I can't believe it. I cannot believe it.
Right now, I think she's picking herself up off of the floor. They might be calling out for oxygen. It's really one of the hottest concerts ever to hit Dallas-Fort Worth, or maybe even one of the hottest to ever hit America.
Programs over here. Get your program right here.
The call that brings them in droves. Hundreds took their place in line to be a part of country music history.
He's been over here saving. I just drove a long ways, about 6 hours to see Garth, and I didn't have time to clean up. I'm fixing to do it.
This Ponca City fan lathers up and cools down to make his grand entry.
Right there, Greg. Do the best I can.
Don't cut your neck.
Garth ain't going to get to see me. It's 70,000 people who's going to be here. We've got friends in low places, and they're all right here. And they're all with.
One row up, tailgaters were busy kicking up their heels.
Garth Brooks!
Yeah, he puts on a real good show from what we've heard. It's our first time, so it'll be fun.
Party on, Garth!
Garth Mania has hit, and everyone is getting in on the act.
I like country music. My haircut's just an experiment.
Party on, Garth! We're going to see Garth!
So will 200,000 other Garth fans who have their hands on the hottest tickets in town.
Garth, number 1!
Party on, Garth!
Oklahoma's 507th Air Force Reserve Unit is navigating towards a new mission these days.
0178, what will be your order coming into refuel?
It's the Sooner State's only Air Force Reserve unit, and its members now know firsthand the effects of military downsizing.
After 22 years of flying fighters, you're kind of accustomed to flying a specific type of mission. So we're in the learning process. We're trying to find what all needs to be done, what type of equipment we need to have on hand, and we're in the process right now of getting that in order so that we can prepare to step forward with the new mission.
That new mission marks a change from flying fighters to flying tanker and cargo planes. Out with the F-16s, in with the KC-135s. This afternoon, in the sky above McAllister, the future of this unit looked at the past.
Tech flight, OPEC 78 Boomer, radio check. Maine, if you could at this time, can we have your full tail number, including the year?
You gonna miss the fighters?
Yeah, absolutely. You know, our average time in the fighter community is about 2,500 hours plus per guy, and that includes different type fighters. So it's going to be a change in philosophy somewhat, and we're going to miss the pulling G's quite a bit.
379, Joe. 376.
The initial transformation from a fighter group to a tanker unit will bring some growing pains. The unit could decrease in size by as many as 300, but new jobs are opening up too. These reservists are looking for the silver lining.
They're coming in as a fighter fly, get their gas, then they're going to go out, and then come back in and circle back through for dries, for dry contact. So I'll keep it 5, then between we'll swap seats.
We just look at the transition in a positive light. We'll just take what we've got and get the tanker. We've accepted it quite well, and we're just going to try to be the best damn tanker we can.
While flying a fighter plane may be more exciting than flying a cargo or refueling plane, by making the transformation, it ensures that this unit's going to be around for a long time to come. Russ McCaskey, Newsline 9, late edition. For Oklahomans Angie Fletcher and Laura McDaniel, it would be the adventure of a lifetime. A free trip to New York, spending money, and most important, tickets to see.
And now, a man who can't stop saying Gillooly, David Letterman.
But before all this late show madness, we had an early one to catch.
Could you give Carrie a hug?
Yeah. Hi, Carrie. How you doing? Regis Philbin hosts one of the most popular daytime shows on television. Plus, he's a great guy. He loves to meet folks in the audience, but he warned us we probably wouldn't be so lucky with Dave.
That's right. You better believe it. I could get to meet Dave. Dave is a phantom. This is not going to happen at Dave's show. Dave ends the show. Dave's gone. Dave's gone.
But Reg promised he'd do what he could. Now, trying to take a bite out of the Big Apple during a rush hour blizzard isn't easy. But
see this snow piled up right here? It's kind of hard to get through it.
But Angie and Laura refused to let a little snow slow them down. They learned the rules of the road quickly.
Trying to get a cab.
What do you have to do?
You gotta go right in the middle of the street. There are no lanes in New York. They just drive wherever they want. They don't signal. You have to be very aggressive in New York because they won't pay attention to you unless you go into their face. Okay, let's go.
And riding a cab in the biggest city in America
You drive better than
was
most.
pretty foreign to a couple girls
Did
from
you say your
Oklahoma.
name? What's your name?
Masood, M-A-S-U-D, Masood.
Marshall. And where are you from?
From Bangladesh. You want some peanut, ma'am?
Yeah, thanks.
You're welcome.
Yeah, whoever said New Yorkers aren't friendly? Oh my gosh, there it is. Look, Laura. It's Dave. What? The Late Show.
Yes, the friendly little neighborhood known across America as Dave's World.
You want tickets for today? Yes. You can't have it.
What's it like? And will we get to meet the man himself?
There's Dave right there. There he is.
I can't tell you yet. That'd spoil the surprise. In New York, I'm Randy Renner, Newsline 9, late edition. First-timers in New York seem to spend most of their time looking up or looking shocked.
Well, let's look at this map here and find out.
Or when they ventured into the subway, looking confused.
We are lost. Oh, wait, here we go. Wait, is that right here? Okay, we are here. That's where the big red arrow is. Yeah, where it says you are here. That's where we are. We want to go down here.
Subway tokens cost $1.25. For that, you can ride anywhere in the city. New York has the most extensive subway system in the world, and it's been cleaned up a lot lately. Still, Angie and Laura couldn't wait to get back outside to see the sights.
Oh, wow. There it is. There's the Empire State Building. That is really tall. We're kidding. You can even see the top from here. Oh, wow.
The Empire State Building used to be the tallest in the world. Now it's not even the tallest in New York, but it remains a favorite.
Wow, that was great. Time for Macy's.
Macy's. So big it has its own Thanksgiving Day parade. A dozen floors of shop till you drop frenzy. Oh, if you're wondering where I was during all this shopping, well, I was on a mission, a search, a quest for Dave.
Hey, I just
started 30 minutes ago.
Huh?
Wow, Macy's is great. Go Yankees. Now we're going to see a man in a loincloth.
You see a Broadway play.
Of course, the glitz and glamour of the Great White Way is smack in the gutter of Times Square, one of the strangest places on earth.
Right. Get right there so I can get a good picture of it. Get a little bit to your right, so we don't want that pole in your head. You're right. Take two.
Then it was off to see the guy in the funny coat.
And the amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat. There's a picture of Michael over there from The Young and the Restless.
Did I mention he was going to wear a loincloth?
Now, what is that? What's that pose he's doing?
This is it.
As for me, well, I managed to stay busy.
Come on, Randy. We still have plenty of shopping time back in Oklahoma City.
Having a panic attack in New York. I'm Randy Ritter, Newsline 9, late edition.
Would you rather be in Oklahoma?
No, I'll take New York anytime.
New Yorkers have a reputation for not being very friendly or very helpful to strangers.
Isn't there some sort of song about I love New York or some craziness like that?
But as for me, well, I guess I just have that harmless look because everyone I found.
Where are you heading?
To David Letterman to stand by.
Hey, great, you're coming in style.
Tried to help me find the one person I couldn't.
Hi, excuse me. Have you seen Dave Letterman?
Yeah, I just saw him about a half hour ago.
Really?
He's going over there.
A half hour ago?
Yeah.
Darn!
It's great in the snow here. Have fun, Oklahoma.
See the snow piled up right here? It's kind of hard to get through it.
While I was looking for Letterman in all the wrong places, Angie and Laura, the girls who won our trip to see his show, kept running into him.
Oh, there's Dave. Brandy's gonna be so mad. He missed him.
Well, I guess if you're going to find someone, you ought to start in their neighborhood.
Oh, jeez. Rupert, hi. I see you on TV all the time.
Oh, thanks.
Hey, listen, we're trying to do a thing with Dave Letterman. We're trying to catch up with him all day. Have you seen him?
Well, you just missed him. Yeah, he was here about 30 minutes ago, and we just took a picture together.
Oh, wow, there he is. That's who he was here. Jeez, I've been missing him by a half hour all day.
Are you Randy?
Yeah.
Oh, because Dave was looking for you a half an hour ago.
Oh, no.
Yeah?
Okay, I must be close. Might as well stay here and have lunch. Never know who you might see.
There's Dave right there. There he is.
Oh, man, this is getting ridiculous. Time to call in the heavy hitters.
Hello? Randy.
Yeah, Reeds?
Have you seen him?
No, I haven't seen him.
He was just here. I guess you just missed him. He was here about a half hour ago.
What?
All right, show's going on now. Dave always comes outside. This is my big chance. I bet he'll be out here just any second.
This audience stinks. Come on in and take care of it.
He should have been out here by now.
Randy! Man, the show was awesome. Did you see
Was
Dave?
it great? Well, no, he's supposed to be coming out here.
He
I know.
just left 30 minutes ago. He was asking about you.
30 minutes ago?
30 minutes ago.
Oh, God.
Coming home without an autograph. I'm Randy Ritter, Newsline 9, late edition.
Okay.
Everything's made out of wood, metal, plastic, what have you, and it's quiet out here when we're working. Well, when I started, you just got you a couple of pieces of wood and a good sharp pocket knife and made you a model airplane. Now the miniatures that I do are in such detail that they require a lot of time, and a lot of money. Well, we're trying to make some more junk. We got a new 55-gallon barrel we're going to put in our junkyard. But first, we got to make these pieces look like they're old and rusted. Well, you know, of all the hours I've spent building this junkyard, every time someone looks at it, they have another idea. I've got pretty close to 300 hours of labor in making this. Well, what you're looking at is my version of Big Al's A1 salvage. There was a lot of old yards sitting around like this, and we decided to miniaturize one. And junkyards are interesting places to go. Kind of like going into an antique store. And we've got everything here. We've got the guard dog. The garbage can is so realistic, it even has an odor. The ladies, they all giggled and laughed at the old dirty restroom. The basketball hoop, that's a big one. And then down here, you'll see the old basketball, and if you'll notice all the fingerprints on it, the greasy fingerprints. But the thing that generated the most interest was the water hose there that's been left and not quite turned all the way off, and the water runs all the way out across the yard there, causing a mud puddle. My biggest project is hopefully we'll be able to build a Holy City church that's over here in the Wichita Mountains. And if you'll notice right here on these stones, most of them have got rounded surfaces on them. And my problem is collecting enough stones that appear to be like these for detail. Most people say miniatures is doll houses, and as soon as they say doll houses, they think of little girls and dolls, and it's not that way at all. Most of the miniatures that I know are grown people